In the summertime, warmer water creates an oasis for the growth of algae in our watershed. Issue 7 was struck down by the Supreme Court, but Issue 6 passed last night by a margin of 19%. What used to run you only about $100 now can cost upwards of $600. As construction continues to build higher and higher on the Arkansas Children's Hospital here in Springdale, so do the hopes of families like the Irwins. Emma Street had been the hub for businesses and restaurants in downtown Springdale. And with the downtown revamp coming soon, locally owned and operated businesses like The Steam are helping to lead the way once again. What sets this trend apart from other dog sitters is that it's a party every single day. But to be invited, you've got to be a canine. Welcome to this Tuesday night edition of UATV News. I'm Lance Lloyd. First, let's take a look at the presidential race. Early election results project that Donald Trump is the winner of the presidential election here in Washington County. CNN has predicted that he will also win the state of Arkansas. Police at the U of A are going to receive additional training Monday to help better prepare themselves for emergency situations. Everyone seems to be enjoying the weather and enjoying some good food as well, and talking about that hog game tomorrow versus Ole Miss. One way to spend your time waiting for those cooler temperatures is by hunting. And as hunting season opens up, one student wants to caution other hunters to stay safe this season. UATV's Kristen Ballou has more. Hey, the Fay Jones School of Architecture just received a $250,000 grant from the U.S. Forest Service. The Fay Jones will use this grant in partnership with the School of Design to build an eco-friendly dorm hall. The project, titled From Forest to Campus, will take about 2 years to complete. Even with all the viewing options, some might wonder why this debate really matters. We sit down with an expert who told us what to expect. Let's check in again with UATV's Sawyer Bussey to see how the Republicans are feeling right about now. Donald Trump is also rooting for his running mate. He wished Mike Pence good luck on his campaign in Arizona today by saying, quote, "I want to send our best wishes to our great Governor Mike Pence as he prepares for his debate tonight." Also, which NBA star retired today? All that and more when we come back. Getting a tailgating spot for Razorback football is not easy, and for students it can be even worse. UATV's Matt Vigoda has a story. Arkansans can vote early until November 7th at 6 o'clock. For a list of polling locations, go to uatvonline.net. Hey, a pair of New York newlyweds got a huge surprise when a celebrity interrupted their photo shoot in Central Park. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Have a good night. I'm Lance Lloyd.
Do you remember when you had surgery? No.
Well, I think. Well, I'm thinking in my brain, I think. I'm thinking what it looks like, but I think I don't know.
Soon the Irwin family will have more time to enjoy moments like this.
Whoa, sister.
Instead of having to drive 3 hours to receive medical treatments.
We would get there about 6, and her treatment was 10 hours overnight of IV infusion. And so then we would have 10 hours of IV, and then we would wake up in the morning and drive back to Fayetteville.
Ella and Nathan Irwin both have medical conditions that need specialized treatment, and the only hospital specifically for children is located in Little Rock. But soon this will be a thing of the past, with Springdale getting its very own hospital that will serve the more than 200,000 children living in the Northwest Arkansas area. As construction continues to build higher and higher on the Arkansas Children's Hospital here in Springdale, so do the hopes of families like the Irwins.
Her pediatrician, Dr. Simmons, told us about the Northwest Arkansas campus opening, and we were very excited because at the time we thought that she would have ITP chronically.
And it's not just the parents who have good things to say about the special care for the kids. What was your favorite part about the hospital?
Well, there was one part where you could watch movies.
And did they have a playground you could play on?
Well, yeah.
Peace of mind for both parents and children that's just minutes away instead of hours.
What's scared cat? I love dogs.
We say if your dog likes other dogs, this is heaven. If your dog does not like other dogs, this is hell.
Training, patience, and compassion. Just a few of the qualities Chatty Platt says it takes to house over 200 dogs at a time.
Dog Party is designed to be a place where dogs can actually come and have fun and not just be boarded.
With many options in the area for doggy daycare, Dog Party has become a trend that specializes in giving each dog a schedule depending on size, temperament, and age.
They do have a lot more freedom than the traditional kennel setting, and it's very good for socialization, exercise, fresh air.
Dog owner London Verhel says Dog Party has become a perfect fit for her dog Ellie.
She gets to play with dogs that are more her size, so she's not overwhelmed and she's not in a kennel all day. She gets time playing outside, and they put them on a schedule, and she doesn't just feel abandoned.
What sets this trend apart from other dog sitters is that it's a party every single day. But to be invited, you've got to be a canine.
Now the trend nationally is going to go back towards fewer numbers, higher prices. You know, at this facility we can accommodate quite a few dogs. During the summer we have 200 plus dogs a day here.
And just like any party, there's always the day after.
One thing, they're going to be really, really tired after they leave here. We call that the dog party hangover.
Ellie had a lot of fun. She came home and she was really tired from playing with all her little puppy friends.
They say all dogs go to heaven, and these pups might already be there.
Our goal is that when the owner arrives, the dog is pulling the leash to get into the facility instead of trying to stay away.
This is the UATV newsroom, where all the magic happens behind the scenes and before the show, where producers from one class collaborate with live reporters from another to get news from right here in our HD studio to you in your living room. This is an ordinary classroom, but these are no ordinary students.
What am I going to pick? What am I going to do? What am I going to write?
Tiffany King teaches television news reporting and newscast producing. These two classes combined drive the content of UATV's nightly news, and while this might be a learning environment, the skills learned here are the same skills being used in the job market.
They walk out of here with something tangible. They have a resume reel, something tangible that they can give news directors in the future to try and get a job. And it shows that they can do real live shots, real stand-ups, and really know how to work on a newscast.
Before this core curriculum was introduced, the department primarily focused on training reporters, but now students can have knowledge of what happens behind the scenes.
We talked with people in the business and asked who they were looking for, who they wanted to hire, and they said there was a huge need for television news producers. And we thought, how great if we can train these kids how to do it.
Each student is put into groups that produces one newscast a week by incorporating news that happens here on campus, nationwide, and even around the world. Student producer Lauren Dedman says this experience teaches students more than just how to produce television news.
It's just taught me how to work under pressure to get things done, and I know that that's something that I can take anywhere because you always have to get something done.
Pressure that has students primed to produce news at the highest level.
I think that we can compete with television stations locally with the product that we put out.
And both classes will be required to be taken by students in the near future to graduate with the journalism degree. Guys, back to you. Well, there were two different medical marijuana issues on the ballot, Issue 6 and Issue 7. Issue 7 was struck down by the Supreme Court, but Issue 6 passed last night by a margin of 19%. So how will this law work in Arkansas? Well, here's what we do know. There will be 5 different appointed members to the Medical Marijuana Commission, one being appointed by the governor of the state of Arkansas, 2 members being appointed by the President Pro Tem of the Senate, and the final 2 members will be appointed by the Speaker of the House. There will be a minimum of 20 dispensaries around the state, a maximum of 40 dispensaries, and 21 different illnesses will be treated by medical marijuana. Here's what we do not know: where those dispensaries will be around the state, where that medical marijuana will be grown and come from, and who will see the growing operations. I spoke with the Alcohol Beverage Commission of Arkansas today, and they said that most of those issues will be hammered out in the legislature that comes up in January. Reporting in the studio, Lance Lloyd, UATV News. I'm standing outside of Good Shepherd Lutheran Church here in Fayetteville, and while it might seem like any other normal church, it also serves as headquarters for a nonprofit group called Canopy NWA. And over the next fiscal year, this group will be helping to bring over 100 refugees into Northwest Arkansas from various different places. In total, there will be about 25 families coming into our area. That's about 1 family per month over the next year. Executive Director at Canopy NWA, Emily Lynn, says they are committed to helping refugees find a new home here in Northwest Arkansas.
Our mission is just to create a community of welcome for refugees in Northwest Arkansas and to equip them with everything they need to thrive here.
Now, there may be some concerns due to the background of these refugees coming into our local communities, but Lynn says they will be going through multiple background checks to check out what country they come from, medical records, as well as their age. Callie, back to you. Yeah, guys, if you were anywhere on campus today, you could definitely tell that Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue had kicked off because you could hear and see bikers booming through streets just like this one here behind me that run up through campus. Now, all that extra traffic has caused some congestion on the roads, which is making it a little more difficult for students to get to class on time. Now, if you take a look at this map here on the screen, you can see that Dixon Street, Lafayette, West Avenue, those are the streets that are subject to closing during this rally. And also some bus routes are being affected, those specifically being routes 13 and 17. They will be having to take detours during the rally. I spoke with some students who have mixed feelings about these visitors on two wheels.
I would imagine if you get 100,000 motorcycles in a small town, it would create some traffic issues.
I feel like tomorrow's the biggest day, but I feel like there has been a lot more traffic because of it.
It's a one-time event and it'll be bypassed. Yeah.
And I also spoke with Fayetteville Police. They say that traffic will be peaking all the way up until Saturday, and that is when the rally will be concluded. After that, everything will be back to normal. Reporting live in Fayetteville, Lance Lloyd, UATV News.